Why was Crab pissed off at Eshu? What could Eshu possibly do to piss off a crab? Tune in and find out. Ashu. Bendiciones. Alafia family. So, I'm out here in nature, with another pataki for everybody to help you through life, to give you insights on getting through your life. For those who don't know, a pataki is basically a story in Yoruba tradition, usually dealing with the Orisha on some level. And, there's many hidden secrets about life in these pataki, many hidden secret gems. They have many interpretations, and they also have variances that may change slightly according to the lineage retelling the pataki, or the region that it's coming from. So with that being said, I want to get into a pataki dealing with Eshu and the crab. Okay? So for those who don't know, Eshu is the divine messenger. All right? Eshu is the divine messenger. He represents duality in life, things like that. So that is Eshu. See, buzzing around. So pretty much, look at this. So pretty much, that is Eshu. So we're gonna get into a pataki that actually relates to what this fly was just doing, buzzing around, or whatever critter it was, because I'm not even sure if it was a fly. Basically, crab. So crab would go to the market in the town, in the middle of the town, and crab would join in on the discussions that people were having in town, right? So crab comes, crab start, putting its 2 cents, her 2 cents into the equation. And for some reason, the people in market would never receive the message that crab was getting forth. They would misconstrue the message. They would take it a whole nother way. They would start to ignore crab in the conversation. So one day, crab gets so frustrated, she comes home and she starts crying, right? So crab starts crying, crying her eyes out. She's like, why do they hate me? Why do they treat me like this? Why? Why do they not listen to me? Why does this happen to me? And so, as she's crying, Eshu shows up at her doorstep, right? And so as Eshu shows up on her doorstep, he starts yelling at her in like these languages that she cannot understand. So Eshu just shows up to her doorstep and starts, right? Just going off. And Crab is like, gets frustrated, and then Crab starts saying, stop, shut up, be quiet, go away. And then Eshu laughs and he says, those words that you're speaking, those are words of chaos. Those are the same words that you speak amongst the town people. And so, as you speak those words of chaos, nobody will receive your messages. Nobody will treat you with respect. Eshu tells Crab, go to the mountaintop and speak to Obatala. And Obatala will teach you how to communicate in a way that people will understand you. So, family, what does this pataki teach us about life? This pataki teaches us that we have to be more aware of the language that we use with people. Are you speaking words of chaos? Are you constantly speaking words of gossip? Are you consciously and constantly speaking words of this of division? What kind of language are you getting across? What kind of language are you taking to connect with others? This is what Eshu brought to the light with crab. Because sometimes it's unconscious. Sometimes we unconsciously do these things. Sometimes we unconsciously, speak this way to people, and we don't realize that the words that we're using are actually words of chaos. They're actually words that provoke people. And so now we have to have an awareness of the words that we are speaking if we want people to take us seriously, if we want people to do the things that we want them to do, if we want to get the most out of people in general. The language that you use is very important. You know, it goes even deeper. Even the language that you're using on yourself. Are you sorry or do you apologize? You see? See, these little things that we even see within our everyday life. Instead of saying, I'm sorry, you're not a sorry person, but you apologize, right? See, these are things that we learn along life that can make our journeys easier when it comes to relating to people, communicating with people. And Eshu, as the master of communication, comes to teach that lesson very often. Are you communicating words of chaos? Are you communicating words that provoke the worst out of people? What are you bringing out of people with your words? And this is what this Pataki shows us. Beware of having conversations that are just filled with gossip, or conversations that don't have any factual bounds to them, factual foundations to them. You want to be speaking out of a place of facts. You want to be speaking out of a place of knowing, knowledge, you know? And you want to be speaking out of a place of how you feel, you know? So understand this, family. Be aware of the language that you use with people, because you could be the root of all of the chaos happening in your life, you know? And so with that being said, continue to grow, continue to prosper, continue to evolve. Ashu.